Welcome to SAT 021. In this lesson, we'll be learning about how to analyze tables of data. Tables are made up of lines that form boxes and are used to record information in an organized manner. In this example, we have information about a group of pets. We say the boxes across the page are rows, and the boxes going down the page are columns. The first row and first column in a table will always have labels that help identify the information in the table. So suppose we want to find the number of white cats. We first locate the label white, which is on the third row, and then locate the label cat, which is on the second column. We say the intersection for white cat is the box with the number 2. Thus we know there are 2 white cats. What about the number of dogs in total? Well, we can locate the label dog, which is the third column, and then the label for total, the last row. We say the total number of dogs is 6. What about the number of black pets? Well, that's the first row and last column, which says 5. Lastly, if you want to know the overall total, that is the total number of pets regardless of color and type, then we should be looking at the total of total, which in our case is 11. That means there are 11 pets in total. Now we're familiar with drawing information from a table of data. Let's try a practice problem. A sample of 100 children from the US was selected. The gender of each student was recorded, along with which superpower they would most like to have. Question A, how many boys want the power of super strength? Well, let's look at the column with boys, and then the rows with super strength. We say that the number 15 appeared in the intersection, so the answer for this question is 15. Okay, let's now move to part B. What percent of boys want the power of flying? Whenever we see a percentage problem, remember it can be found by dividing the desired number of outcomes by the total number of outcomes. In this case, the total number of boys is 40. And so the number of boys who want the power of flying is 17. So the percentage of boys who want the power of flying is 17 divided by 40, which is 42.5%. Okay, let's move on to part C. What percent of those who would like to have telepathy are boys? Again, we need to find the total outcomes and desired outcomes. In this case, the number of people that want telepathy is 30. And 3 of them are boys. So the percentage is 3 divided by 30, which is 10%. Enough practices with percentage. There are other types of problems that involve tables. For example, in this exercise, x and y in the table have a linear relationship. What is the value of A? Well, since we have a linear relationship, then y must be equal to mx plus b, where m is the slope and b is the intercept. Using the slope formula, we have 9 and 35 as our first point, and 4 and 10 as our second point. So we can find the slope to be 5. A slope of 5 means that for every 1 unit increase of x, y would increase by 5 units. So from x equals 4 to x equals 7, x increases by 3 units. That means y has to increase by 15 units. And thus our unknown number A is 10 plus 15 equals 25. Okay, let's move on to the next practice problem. We have a table that records information about bus fares. The first question is asking how much the price of student fare is. Well, we know the price is equal to revenue divided by quantity. In this case, we have $102 divided by 34, and so the price is $3. Part B is asking how much more is the price of non-student's fare than the student's fare. Again, we have price equals revenue over quantity. And for non-students, the revenue is $485 and the fare sold is $97, so we have the price to be 5. Thus, the difference is $2. And that's the final answer. That's it for this lesson. I hope it helped. Thank you for watching and see you next time.